Okay. This is our Passion Fire Empire team call, November 17th. And we are doing a training and talking about the vital process and how that helps us to continue creating a growing business, but also is really keeping us with the main perspective of what we should have for this business. So I talk about this a lot because I find that it comes up a lot. And I also find that it's one of my own personal struggles to maintain a balance. So basically, you know, every month as a business grower and as a business owner, Success Club should be non-negotiable for you. Success Club 5 should be something that, just like when you go to a regular job, you have certain quota to fill, whether it's sales or not. You have to be there at a certain time. You have to do certain things within that time frame that you're working. It's the same thing with Success Club. It is a benchmark to know that you're always moving the business forward. We all know that. But it really should be non-negotiable if you are somebody who's really wanting a successful business, because consistently over time, it is going to compound and you will see a growing business and a thriving business. So that said, on the National Wake Up Call, she talked about the vital process. And this is a newer thing that Beachbody has introduced into the company. And all this stuff can be found in the Coach Online office. So if you're not utilizing that Coach Online office, definitely do, because there's so much, everything that you need and more is in there. So, but I love how she explained it and broke it down. So I'm really going to kind of reiterate that. The thing that I find a lot is, with Success Club, a lot of times once people start to make that their goal and they really go after it, all of a sudden there's all this, oh, I don't know if I can do it. And they feel pressure and, you know, am I going to be okay? Am I good enough? Are people, you know, and then it goes from this fun thing that we're doing. And yes, it's a business. It's not just about fun all the time. It is a serious thing that we're trying to help people, but it should be fun. I mean, what we do is really cool and it really should be fun. So it goes from that and shifts over to this have to machinery, you know, oh my gosh, at all costs type of thing. And it should never be that way. And I know I've been there. I know I've done that several times where I'm like, oh my gosh, it's the end of the month and I'm at Success Club 2. There are things that you should do to push yourself to hit that benchmark, but not at the expense of this vital process. And so I'm just so thankful that they talked about this, because this is something I've been wanting to talk about for a while. So I'm just going to go over again, just so everyone's on the same page, the vital process and the steps. So basically it's a 4-step thing, and it's not the same as the vital behaviors. So we all know the vital behaviors are 4 of them, and it's, you know, bringing proof that the products work, getting started, you know, as a challenger. So being proof that the products work, inviting people to your challenge groups, reading personal development so you're always growing so you can help more people, because the amount of people that you can help stops at your own growth. So if you're limited here, the amount of people you can help is also limited. And then the recognition. So recognizing people for their positive behaviors towards their fitness. And that's the same for coaches. So all that said, the vital process is so cool because it really does take the pressure off of Success Club while still making it something that you will achieve every single month. So getting the vital process is getting clients started. So getting your challengers started. Okay. So that's the first thing in the vital process. And that basically means getting them plugged into a challenge group. So you have to be running a challenge group or partnering up with your upline or a coach on your team every month to be running challenge groups. So that needs to be part of your business every single month. And I know that we are all doing that. And then getting the people that are plugging into these groups engaged in not just the challenge group, but getting them engaged with a challenge pack. So you really want to set them up for success from the start. So along with, yes, there's a benchmark for Success Club, but the reason that is because Beachbody knows that this is how people are going to get the best results. And what happens is when something doesn't work for people, that's when it becomes an expense to them. So people say all the time, oh my gosh, Shakeology is so expensive. That's either because they've never had it and they don't know how good it is. They haven't had enough experience with it to know what it's going to do for them and how it's going to benefit them, or they don't really understand what it is. And so anything is expensive when it doesn't work for you, or it hasn't worked yet for you, or if you're not sure it's going to work for you. So until that changes, they're going to have that barrier there. So part of them believing in what we do and what we have is getting them plugged into a challenge group with a challenge pack, because that gives them the best chance to have the best results. And Beachbody is results oriented. That is what we do. We help people get results. That's your job as a coach. And without that, doing that job, coaches don't have a job. So we're not just cheerleaders who say, go girl, you can do it. That is part of our job too, but that's part of the process of helping people get from the start to the finish. So I hope that's making sense. So it is really important to plug them in with the challenge pack, which means it's paralleling with your personal goals as a business owner. And Beachbody is insanely good at what they do. I mean, it's like they get it. So it's paralleling with your business goals, but it's keeping people first. And I think that's really the main point, is to lead with your heart. You can't be successful as a coach if you're not leading with your heart. I'm really finding that to be true. I don't know very many, or really any coaches who just sell Beachbody products and have a successful business. I don't, even people who might not be as touchy-feely and, maybe not be as authentic, there's still a level of authenticity with them that you're not going to see in a GNC or somewhere where you can just go pick up, somebody who's going to kind of help you along the way. It's really important that people are first to you. So if that's a struggle of yours right now, that's definitely something you want to, plug into personal development for, because people are not going to jump on board with you to help you reach your goals. They're going to jump on board with you for you to help them reach their goals. So if you're not putting them first, you're not going to succeed, if that makes sense. So I know that we hear this a lot, but I think it's important to hear it a lot more, because we do get caught up in the numbers. We do get caught up in, there's rewards and prizes and things that we can do. And it makes us feel good to feel like, oh my gosh, I hit success with it. I'm a successful coach. But there's a lot more to being successful as a coach than just hitting Success Club. All the things that lead up to that is really where the success is. That is just the little, kind of like when you are on a team and you guys get a trophy at the end. That's kind of what it is. It's like, okay, you're on track. So I really want to drive that point home. People really need to commit to their own journey. So the process of taking people through, one, signing them up in a challenge group, and then the second thing is getting them results. Transitioning them to a coach is the third thing, and developing and mentoring them once they are a coach. That's the vital process. But in the sub-steps of that, getting people results is so crucial. They have to, if they never join you as a coach, they have to get results, because the whole point of them spending their income and investing in this is because they believe that this is something that could change them. And it's really our job to just take the blinders off of, or I should say put the blinders on for their goals. So people, getting some results, they start to feel like good about it, but then they fall off. Now, some people are going to fall off no matter what you do, and that's on them, which is why when she talked about on the call, helping your challengers to understand that their mindset is important too. So it's not just about plugging into the group, saying I drank my Shakeology and I did my workout and, I'm good now. It's about their mindset too, and really that's the thing that's going to carry them through beyond the 21 days or beyond the 30 days or 60 or whatever, however long your group is. And so I think that what needs to happen more, and I know this is for me, is setting up the expectations for your challengers. So not just, ahead of time, sharing with them that you do expect them to check into the group. You do expect them to plug in and not just get support for themselves, but to also pass that support along to the people that are in the group, and creating a culture for that. Because what happens is they start to understand a bigger picture of the community of what we do. And I don't know if you guys saw earlier, excuse me, I did a live video about, I called Stacy earlier because I was freaking out. I was like crying, and I had a really hard day with Gabriel. Well, I was struggling because I just was, my mind was going back into old patterns of thinking. You know, Gabriel wasn't sleeping. I'm sick. You know, there's a lot of things that were going on that were pulling me down, and I have a lot of stuff to get done. And I was getting really frustrated because I'm like, how am I supposed to run a business and, you know, a house and do all this stuff? I can't even, Gabriel wouldn't let me put him down. And I was just like so done. So I reached out to Stacy because she and I kind of have the same brain. And she really just helped me to bring myself back to earth. Like, this is not the end of the world. You just need to do what you already know. And some things you have to just be okay with. And some things you just need to change and stop going on the insanity wheel. And so I realized that this is a community of support. And that is really something that I've noticed a lot lately with me, is that I used to quit everything that I started until I got plugged in with support, and until I allowed myself to be supported. And our challengers have to see that that's what we do. It's not just, yes, get the 21-day fix. I'm going to tell you how many blues you get to have. And, you know, you're going to plug in for 21 days and, oh my gosh, you look amazing and you fit into new jeans. That's only like one little piece of it. They really, you don't want to promote a 21-day challenge for a 21-day challenge. You want to promote a lifestyle, and the lifestyle is much more than just the challenge pack. It's much more than just the Shakeology and the fitness program. It's the support, it's the friendships, it's the cheerleading, it's the preparation, it's the mind state, it's the, you know, it's the big picture. And so Beachbody created these vital process to help us to understand how to stay, just give us an outline of what it is that we're doing. So getting people results is like so crucial, because then they understand that this is real, but then they got what they came for and they want to do more of that. And then you can transition them into the third thing, which is transition to a coach. When something good happens to you, it doesn't have to be about this business. You want good things to happen to other people too. So if you go and like you get a really cool job, you're like, oh my gosh, I just got this amazing job. And then all of a sudden your girlfriend's like, man, I'm looking for work. If she's, you know, if you think it's a good fit for her, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, you should apply at my job. They're hiring, you know, whatever it is. Or if you found a cool place that has like your favorite designer jeans, but they sell them for half the price, you want people to know about that, because you want people to feel good too. And so it's the exact same thing. So when people get this amazing experience in our challenge groups, they want to pay it forward. And this is where you find people for life. This is where you find people who just fall in love with the entire, they say like bleed Beachbody blue. Well, that means that you understand everything that Beachbody has put together. It's, you know, it's not just, you know, losing your weight and feeling good and posting a bunch of stuff on social media. It's a whole picture of things. And so that understanding of the culture starts with you setting up expectations and really communicating with your challengers what it is that we do and what this is about and what they can really get out of this. And then when you get to step 3, which is transitioning them to a coach, they're already ready. There's very few people that I've met who have come into the business just for the income and have not struggled with that. So it's not that there aren't people in this business that are successful that way, because there are. But it's a lot harder because they don't understand the culture. They may or may not love Shakeology. They may or may not love what we do. They may or may not see the need for a challenge group. There's a lot of obstacles that when you start off as a challenger, you don't face, because you understand what we're doing. You understand the big picture, that it's not just, I bought something, you know, I'm drinking it and taking it and working out for 21 days. And I hope that you really get what this whole culture is about. And it's really important to give that to challengers, even if they never want to be coaches. Not everyone's going to want to be a coach, but most people will, because one, they're going to fall in love with their results and they're going to want to continue. And it makes no sense to continue without getting a discount. So they can phase into being a discount coach. It's a great option. It's just a continued challenger who gets a nice discount on their products. Or they're going to want to, share more of their journey and help other people because they feel just as good. Yes. Hi. Oh, that's Ryan. I was like, oh my gosh, am I muted? So I know I'm talking a lot, but I'm trying, we got half an hour. So am I making sense? I hope. Yes. Okay. All right. So, and then the last thing is developing and mentoring coaches. So like we're doing right now, we're doing team calls. We are just showing people, forget the team call. You're showing people that this is simple and duplicatable. I know that I'm an overcomplicator. So I know that everyone that I've recruited to my team has some level of overcomplicating in their brain because everyone's like me in some way, shape, or form. So knowing that, we really need to remember to stay, like they say all the time, stay in phase one. And that means always, always, always committed to your journey first. You stop being able to help people when you stop working out, when you stop drinking your shake, when you stop reading personal development, and when you stop, encouraging others, you stop being able to help people. So if you're not always in phase one, always helping people to see how this can work for them by doing it yourself, you're not going to have a successful business because you can't do one or the other. You can't stop being a challenger yourself and help other people. It doesn't work like that in this business. So I love this team because everybody on this team is so good about doing their workouts and drinking their Shakeology. Like that is why everyone on this team is going to be successful, because if you're not doing the personal development, you got to make time for it. I don't care if it's 10 minutes a day, just make it non-negotiable the same way you do shaking up your shake and drinking it down. If it has to start with some audio and you don't want to sit down and read, great, who cares? Just feed your mind every day with something that's going to grow you. So I know that this team is really good about the vital behaviors, and that's why we're going to be successful. And it's just the time that it takes to keep duplicating the process. But I think it's important to remember that it is that simple. And when it gets complicated is when we start to take something away, when we start to try to go faster than it is supposed to be. Stacey, you're so funny. I'm not going to read the comments because I'm going to start laughing. But it's true that if you stay in phase one, you're always going to have something to talk about in your posts. You're always going to have something to share when you message people. And it's authentic. You're not reaching for things to say. I've heard people sometimes say, I don't know what else to post. Well, then you need to read more personal development because that'll give you a lot of ideas of stuff to say. And it doesn't always have to be deep. It could be funny. Like I stole Kirsten's post today because it made me literally laugh out loud. It was like, life is short, smile while you still have teeth. I was dying. And I'm like, I got to post it. So, it doesn't have to always be, oh my gosh, I'm saving the world. It doesn't have to be that. It's just be you. But you doing this business is those vital behaviors. Okay. So applying the vital process once again is not a replacement of the vital behaviors. The vital behaviors are what make you stay in phase one. However, it is coinciding with that. It's really what drives you to doing the vital process. So when you do those vital behaviors, in staying in phase one, you have the ability to, you'll be inviting people and then you plug them into challenge groups. You help them get results. You set the expectations and then you help them to see how this works for them. And then they decide what they want to do with that. If they just want to keep doing that for themselves or if they want to help other people do the same thing. And then you repeat the process. And that's literally how we build our business. So like I said, I overcomplicate a lot and because I get caught up in, well, what system should I use? And, I'm a rule follower. So today when I talked to Stacey, and I already knew this, but she's like, you need to do Teamsy. That's, a system that was created by a Beachbody coach, as most of you know. And it was created for Beachbody. And for scatterbrains like me, I'm a smart person, but I'm a scatterbrain. And so I'm like connecting with people and connecting with people and connecting with people. And then they're over here, they're over there. And I'm like, crap, I forgot to follow up with this person. Oh my gosh, this person. And I've created my follow-up lists, and I've created my Google Calendar, and I've done all that and putting reminders, and there's too many things all over the place. My brain, it's got to be way dumbed down for me. I have to have boom, 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 done. Boom, 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 done. Because otherwise it's just, there's way too much to organize. I get caught up in the organization and then I don't do anything. So I think that it's important to constantly, when you start to feel like that, come back to what is it that we're doing. She mentioned in the book, in the call, the book, The Go-Giver. I've read that book, and that book literally changed my mindset. And I'm going to read it again, because when she mentioned it, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to read that again. So The Go-Giver, I'll type it in here. The Go-Giver, and I think it's by, I have it on my Audible. I'll look up who it's by. I think it's by Bob Berg or something. But that book is all about the willingness to serve others. And in this business, other people's goals have to be, I can't say this enough, what they want has got to be more important to you than you hitting your Beachbody goals. Because when you help them get what they want, you're automatically going to hit your Beachbody goals. You're automatically going to get Success Club. You're going to advance in rank. You're going to sign up coaches. You're going to do all these things because you're keeping the main thing the main thing. When you try to put that first, and people aren't important until you hit your Success Club numbers, or I've been there when I've been feeling like desperate, like, oh my gosh, I'm close to Success Club All-Star. I have to do this, That just means you have to talk to more people so you can find people who are ready. You never want to pressure or push people into something that they're not ready to do, because they won't get from this what they really deserve to get from this, which is results. They won't get the love, the experience, the community, the support. They won't get any of it. They will buy a challenge pack. You will get your commission. You will get your little Success Club points, and your relationship will be over. And everyone's screwed that way. So, including you. So it really is so important to go back to the main thing. And that book, The Go-Giver, it's not about Beachbody. It's just about business in general and how to really serve people and keep them first. It helped me so much to have perspective, because it takes the pressure off of performing for this business, because you're just going out. And I think I was saying this to Christina last week. She's a newer coach on our team, and she was telling me, she started her free group, and I was just telling her, I said, when you're inviting people, you have to remember you have a gift. You're not nagging people. You're not begging them to buy something from you. And they're not doing this for you. So, you don't have to necessarily even thank them. Oh my gosh, thank you for buying from me. No, they are doing this for themselves. So this is a gift you're giving them, and either they're ready to receive it or they're not. And there's no offense taken to that. So if somebody's not ready, there's nothing to be offended by, because they're not ready. It's not about you. So they will be ready when you continue to care about them, follow up with them, take an active interest in their life, and be a present, positive person in their life. They will come to you when they are ready, and they will feel like they can trust you. And you just have to stay genuine with people. But I'm looking up the Go-Giver thing. I can't remember who it's by. But I just really can't stress this enough, because every time I get stressed out about the benchmarks, the numbers, this, because we do want to succeed, and we want to hit those goals and check it off and say, yes, I did this, and, get our recognition and all that stuff. But that's, Jeff Hill said on the call, he said, the way that we go about this is fitness, nutrition, peer support, and then rewards. And the rewards is always last. The rewards is the byproduct, but it's not the main thing. So, Go-Giver, who's it by? I can't see, sorry. Hold on, I'm going to unmute you. Dang it. Oh, yeah, Bob Berg. Hey, I remember. That was good. Okay, so Bob Berg. I messaged Christy privately. Whoops, hold on. The Go-Giver by Bob Berg. Yes, so basically, does anybody else want the pressure off of Success Club? I do. Okay, so I know that this works, because when I read this book, I immediately felt no stress. I was like, all I have to do is care about people. I care about people. I already care about people. I just have to bring my focus back to that. And so I don't have to be some amazing person that, you know, we're not salespeople. I mean, yes, we sell things, but we're not salespeople. That's not why we do. None of us on this team like sales. Not one of us likes sales. There's like literally nobody on our team that likes sales, but we like to help people and we like to make people feel good and we like to get people results. And we know this works because we do it ourselves. That's all we have to do. And I think that we just need to keep reminding each other of that and just stay within this time frame, stay within this, not time frame, this outline, so that we can just remember this is simple. It's not easy, but it is simple. It's just duplicatable. 1, 2, 3, 4, repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4, repeat. And you start to develop. I mean, I've become close with people that they live across Christina and Cheyenne, you're both on the call. I mean, I'm becoming close with them. I've never met them in person because we are developing a genuine relationship and friendship. That's like irreplaceable. If nothing comes out of this other than you got results, they got results, and you have a new friend, I mean, that's like the best thing ever to me. So it's just keeping the main thing is really what it's about. And I think that when we do that, the pressure comes off. And the call that I have with Stacy was it's so funny because this is what I was talking about. And then I like freaked out today and called her and I was like, oh yeah, like she's basically saying what I'm saying tonight about my personal life. Like, dude, just keep the main thing. Like, relax, you know what you're doing, calm down. Not everything has to go, you know, a specific way. It's okay. And I think we need to remember that about this business. And that doesn't mean not take it serious. It just means that you can put people first and not feel like the pressure to not put them first, basically. So, all right, I'm going to unmute everybody. That's all I got to say. And if anybody has any comments or questions, Stacy, Teamsy, just tell them real quick what you said about Teamsy, if you don't mind.
God, what did I say? What did we say? There was a lot today.
Just about Teamsy, how it totally helped you to stay focused.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So for me, I was getting really overwhelmed and frustrated at a certain point because I was like, okay, I have 2 kids, the house, the laundry, the part-time job, la, 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 la. And then I was trying to fit Beachbody into every opportunity moment that I had during my day and in my night that I was like burning out. And I didn't realize I was burning myself out. And I had paper over here, notes over there. The thing that Demetria had mentioned a while back with the extra thing for Facebook where you can like make sure you don't miss a post. So I had so many places to look that I was literally making my brain hurt. Like my brain was physically hurting. And I was like, oh my God, I'm running myself dead. So I did the trial for Teamsy. I did it for the 30 days and my papers are in the trash now. I don't resort to the thing on Facebook anymore. I don't do the Google calendars. I don't do any of that. I have a paper calendar that I use to track my my monthly, you know, challenge group, my free group, my open house, and then I'll start my coaching opportunity. That's just for me to look at and physically like see it and touch it. And then Teamsy is awesome because if you just take like a month and do like one 30-day free group and say, I'm only going to run one 30-day free group. I was telling Dimitri this. Take a free group, do a challenge group, but then take that whole month and designate it to like plug in all those people on Teamsy. So then you can just really get organized and just chill out and drop all these avenues that your brain is going to so you can focus because I wasn't enjoying it anymore. I was like, oh my God, I don't know if I can do this. This is too much. And then I also realized too for me, and I was telling Demetria too, not every day can eat, breathe, and do this stuff. You need time for air. You need time to laugh and get on the ground with your kids and love them and have your cup full. So, you know, a day off, 2 days off is a good thing. You can always catch up. People will never not want to come to you. And you'll always still be connecting because every month you're doing a challenge group, you're doing a free group. So you're never not going to miss something. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I think it takes a lot of pressure off.
I think it's important, exactly what you're saying, I don't want to bring people in this business and them see me stressed out all the time and go, I don't want to be stressed out. Now, I don't want to give people the illusion that this isn't hard work. You have to work your ass off, okay?
You do.
You have to if you want this to work. It's not just, well, I feel good enough today. No, you have to push beyond your comfort zone. But there is a time and a place where, like Stacy said, you have to have, it's not ever going to be balanced completely because you are pushing towards things. You are doing things that you weren't doing before. But it does have to be where you're, like she said, you're keeping the main thing, your kids. You're not, like I am such a rule follower that I would hear a top coach or a training and I would hear them say, if you're not willing to lose sleep, you're not serious about your business. Well, I already lose sleep, okay, because I have a kid that doesn't sleep, okay? So then I would take this literally and go, oh my gosh, if I don't do the system she's doing, I'm not serious about my business. And it's like, no, you have to keep trying stuff to see what works for you. You have to go out of your comfort zone. You have to. But you also have to find where you're still, your buckets, your number one bucket is still your number one bucket. My family comes first. And I think that's everybody on this call. Our families come first. But that said, it's got to be like, you have to find a way to build this business and move it forward and still keep those things first. So it can't be, my family comes first, so I don't have time for Beachbody. Well, you have to make time somehow, but it has to respect the bucket. It has to respect your family. It has to respect your, like Stacey said, she stopped working at night because she realized, I'm not productive. I'm just harming myself. Maybe some people can do that. She cannot. I can't. I push myself to do it all the time, and then I regret it every single time. That's just not something I can do. So other than this call, I'm done for the night. Like, I'm probably going to post something about our team call and maybe follow up with some people that have a few questions that I promised to follow up with them, and then I'm done. I used to stay up midnight, 1 o'clock, because I just felt like, oh my gosh, I have to squeeze this in. And there will come a time when I can do more. But I am doing, I know I'm doing everything that I possibly can. And it can't be at the sacrifice of my sanity, if that makes sense.
But all those things too, when your body is screaming at you, remember we talked about this too, when your body is giving you that anxiety and those warning shots, it'll whisper to you, but then it's going to get louder. And if you don't listen, the ship's going to go down. So you got to pick up the clue phone and answer the call.
Who can you help that way? So I want to be healthy. That is really the point of this call. You have to be healthy first, physically, mentally, emotionally, so that you can continue to help people. You don't want to only be able to help people when you're in a good state of mind. You want to stay in a good state of mind. And so we're not perfect. You're going to have bad days. I had a hard day today, but that happens. But you plug into this so you can show other people exactly how to do the same thing. And this works. It's not just about health and fitness. This literally is changing my life. I mean, I am a different person now since I've been a coach than I was before, completely. And that's trusting people more, letting people in, believing more in myself, having more confidence, believing I can actually set out and set a goal and actually achieve it. I mean, those are all new things for me. I've never been part of a team, so I'm a very loner type of person. I'm like, group work in college was like, I'll just do it. I'll just let everybody get the grade. I don't have time for this. That's just not going to. So this is pushing me out of my comfort in a lot of ways that I really want to grow in these ways. But the point is, the 4 vital behaviors and the vital process really are what drives this business. And they keep it so simple for us. And it so works. It's like, it's the best thing ever. And I think if we just get really good at the fundamentals, you have no option but to be successful. You just don't. And this is how people are going to fall in love with exactly what you've fallen in love with. So that's all I have. If you guys have any questions or comments, you can put them in the events or in the thing. I want to cut us off before we get cut off. And that's it. Anybody? All right.
Good.
All right, ladies, love you all. I hear somebody being yelled at, not focusing in the back. My kid is up like it's, what is it, Thursday? They're watching football.
And it's all good too, might I add.
So
lay down with him.
You know, I am. Wait, I got to show you this. There's always if you ever notice any of my selfies, there's always that in the background.
It's the damn laundry.
I'm hiring somebody for that. I'm telling you. That's next.
I'm waiting for my butler to come over, but he don't show up every day.
You tell him.
I know.
Good night, ladies.
Bye.
Bye. Good
Good
night,
night.
guys.
Good night.
Bye.